Hello, 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 my fellow burnt-out besties. Welcome to Sass and Small Talk. I'm your host, Deb Bellino of Sass and Smalls, coming to you from the creative hub of all creative hubs here at House of Owl Studios, the glorious artistic space that is nestled in the center, the core of our beautiful city, Victoria, BC. I'd like to take this opportunity to humbly acknowledge the Esquimalt, Songhees, and Wasanic, past and present nations, on whose traditional territories of the Lekwungen-speaking people we learn, we live, and we work. The guests that I've invited to participate in this series offer an abundance of knowledge and insight and want nothing more than to help us, yes, us, get that sass back.
I need my sass back.
Oh, you too? Well, if you want that chaos to be a thing of the past and you're ready to get back some of that sass, I got you. Hey, I'm Deb, host of Sass and Small Talk, reclaiming the joy of parenthood beyond burnout. As a mom of two smallies, juggling all the things from caregiving for elderly parents as an active member of the sandwich generation, homeschooling, while navigating special needs. With my own neurospicy brain, I'm no stranger to caregiver and parenting burnout. Through this lived experience, I've met some of the most amazing local parents and experts within my own community of Victoria, BC. They'll share real stories of isolation, loss of self, and burnout, and how they found renewed purpose, all while embracing the chaos that is our lives. So, join us here at House of Owl. Take a seat, grab your poison, and let's talk.
Darling.
I need my sass back.
Now, before I introduce our next guest, let's kick things off today with a little sass and story time. Imagine this. Exhausted parent. Hands are tied. Thanks to the pandemic, you brave the role of a homeschooler to a child with specific needs, a caregiver to aging parents who might think they don't need you, but actually do. You are stretched, you are sleep deprived, mentally foggy, and you're just surviving on survival mode. It's the end of a full day of othering. You finally come up for air. So what do? You pick up the phone and you start the doom scroll. You see all these beautiful, curated, perfect, beautiful pictures of perfection, filtered faces, well-rested people, vibrant, young-looking people. And you know it's not accurate. It is just a glimpse. It's a highlight. But you still let it get to you. Do you know why? Because that was you. You used to prioritize all that fun stuff. The vacations, the naps, the beauty and skin regimens, how you look, how you feel, how you walk. You took all the preventative measures because, God forbid, we show signs of aging. So, cut to now, in your advanced ages. You're a caregiver, a parent, and your brain space is now completely taken over by their needs and their routines and their products and their nutrition. Your research is all about their well-being. And for a short time, you don't actually feel it. You don't even mind it because it's what you signed up for, right? But then burnout rears its ugly head, and then it starts to show. Now, this you may or may not be me, but whatever the case, I just got to say, I've been feeling it. And many of you have too. And I've been told it. And I look at myself in the mirror and I look exactly how I feel. So what do? I go into the big stores. I go online. I follow all the influencers. I do all the things. And I try to keep up with these impossible beauty standards. The comparison bias kicks in. And if there's overwhelm, it's too much information, too much choice. It's too much. I'm burnt out, trying to avoid being burnt out. So I'm done. I turn right around. I leave the store. I turn off my phone and I just accept the inevitable. I'm getting old. I'm aging. This is me. I give up. And that's why I have this wonderful guest here. She's now taking my brain space. She is now sitting next to me and I am so excited to have her here. Very important to have her here to push away some of that negative thinking. I've been following her on her social platforms since the pandemic. We were introduced by a very good friend. Shout out to Amy. She was our matchmaker, and I'm so glad she did match us up because I have been following her on her Instagram. And the beautiful thing about our phones listening to us is that she appears on my algorithm. So I see her, and all you see is glow. She's always giving me glow. And she's happy and all about her own products. She tries her own products. She's vulnerable. She's real. And I think she really sees me. When I look at her, she is not like everyone else. She sees me. She feels me. And I'm like, I got to get her on here. So I did. Let's introduce our next guest. She's a skincare and wellness advocate, a community builder, an educator, the CEO and founder of her own company, GLOWJAR Beauty, a Canadian skincare brand serving women of all ages, men, and with the diverse needs of Canadian women in mind. So that's really good for me. And it prides itself on reducing the overwhelm and the confusion of choosing what's right for your skin needs. She is also the host of Glow Diaries podcast. So I love having another podcaster here. She's not all about skincare, and this is what I love the most about her. She empowers women of all ages, and she uses knowledge to empower them. She focuses on well-being. She focuses on mindset, and she keeps things simple. So that's what I need. More fun facts. She is married to her teenage sweetheart. She's a mama of 2 sweet little ladies. How lucky are they? And definitely not a stranger to caregiving and to burnout. Let's welcome our very, very wonderful guest, Jaime Pereira.
Hi, Deb.
Hi, Jaime.
Thank you for that intro. That was such a nice, thoughtful intro. Thank you.
It's all you. It's you.
No, I appreciate that.
I'm really thrilled to have you here because I, like me and my tired, dull skin, thanks you.
It's not. You're glowing.
Well, I'm glowing maybe
are.
by default, and also because I have a little bit of, illuminator on, but let's
Sweat, glow, whatever.
let's call it sweat.
Okay.
Now, just so we're clear, I have to say I didn't get Jaime to come all the way here to the studios just to fix me, but please do. I really wanted her on here because I wanted to talk about what she stands for, because that was so intriguing for me to know that there's something behind your brand that is so powerful and profound. And the one thing that you do talk about is embracing the aging process and self-compassion and acceptance. And you see beauty in that.
Yeah.
And I absolutely love that. So, but before we get into all of that wonderful stuff, let's talk about the beginning stages of developing your brand, GLOWJAR Beauty. Let's talk about your story, the why, the what, the when, the where, the how. What inspired the birth of GLOWJAR Beauty?
Yeah, that's a great question. It seems like a long, long time ago, but it was, honestly, I've always had some sort of skin condition, whether it was something mild, just of like dry winter itch, or when I was 13, started developing psoriasis on my scalp, on my body. And obviously I wasn't thinking about a skincare line when I was 14, but it was ran genetically in our family, and you kind of do what you did back in the 90s, right? You go to your dermatologist, you go to your doctor. There wasn't like influencers, TikTok, there wasn't anything, right? So I knew what that option was not right for me. My brothers were on all the medicated stuff. Instantly, I just was like, this is not right for me. It was so harsh, aggressive, awful swelling. It was just terrible. So, I just my mom kind of taught me how to do it a different way, but really simply. She would make me oat baths. We would go down to the beach and we'd actually take clay off Mount Doug. There's like clay spots. You could take clay and we'd make clay masks, like not,
I love
it was
that.
just kind of, was such a minimalist, because my grandmother would make her shampoos and soaps and stuff for her. So she wasn't intentionally showing me these things, but she was just by doing, right? Like she had a really consistent, kind of holistic, but really healthy, balanced approach to just living and to the skin. So I saw some benefits, but definitely would always have flares with my chronic skin conditions. So, and then fast forward to really, going on birth control and getting melasma because I switched between different brands. And then I started having brown patches just show up on my face, and then being put on hydroquinone at 20, but not understanding, still going out in the sun, just peeling, my skin was peeling off. So
gosh.
I just have a lot of experience in terms of like what I was trying to support in terms of a skin condition that I didn't understand. Not to say I wasn't properly informed, but at that age, maybe I wasn't receiving the information the right way. And then, having my girls. So my second daughter, I was 8 months pregnant when I launched the brand. So that was in 2016. And it just came from, just some things that I would just naturally always did weekly with my mom, which was a clay mask. So it was funny. It kind of went
I love
back.
that it's local, that you just do this from our soil, from our clay. I love that.
And what I launched wasn't what I used back in the day.
Right.
It was like French clays and Moroccan clays. And we just launched with 4 masks, 4 lip balms. And it was just something that I found could be easily implemented in someone's routine. And it was just kind of, quote, natural, right? So that's where it started. And it was all in the mindset of just kind of the less is more approach.
I love that.
Yeah. So that's how it started. And we just grown from there.
I love that you have this lived experience and you implement it into the ingredient, into the core of your product.
Right.
And you're living exactly true to what you know.
Yeah.
You're going back to your roots, which I think is a really beautiful thing, which makes that brand really stand out for that reason. You can tell you love what you do.
Yes.
You know what you're putting on your face.
Yeah.
You own it, and I can see it. I can see that you use a product with such confidence, as well as, using it on others, which I think is a beautiful thing.
Well, and I think because we've all probably been impacted by someone close to you that has had a health concern.
Right.
And I think when I first launched the brand, natural was really coming up in the beauty industry. But, so I definitely identified more with that community of the beauty industry. But in my education and learning more about ingredients, I definitely lean more to like the middleman. Like I'm not... it's really important, our words that we use in the beauty industry, and that's not always regulated at all. So learning more about ingredients and how they actually impact your health, because again, when I was helping caregive with my mom when she was going through leukemia, it all came back. I think it's all those things that you notice that you don't notice in your childhood on, how, maybe a grandparent or a parent or how they lived. And that preventative mindset can really help you when you come up against health concerns. So
absolutely,
my big thing is I want to make sure we're using products that include those with skin conditions. So, but it can also be really effective. Like, how do we make that fun, effective, efficacious?
Right.
So people are getting a result, but it's supporting their health long term, because there's so much that is, especially for women's health, impacting our health, and we need to be more mindful of what we use.
Absolutely. And I love that it's preventative and it's not just for,
quick
it does
fix.
support the condition, but
Yeah.
it also is preventative, which I love too. So it really just, the range of the type of people, the type of the genders, the skin types, everybody could really benefit from this. So I absolutely love that. Okay, so we know the product is great, clean ingredients and, pure. We know where it's from. But let's talk about the mission behind your brand and how you stand out in comparison to the plethora of products that's out there. And like I said in my little, story, that's not about me. Essentially, there's just too much out there, too much choice. So caregivers specifically, and parents, mamas in particular, what would you be able to say to them, to us, that makes your mission, your brand stand out from the others? We can talk about like the time factor. We can talk about the simplicity of it, but just everything. What would make you stand out?
Yeah, I honestly don't know any company like ours. To be honest, we spend so much time on building community, and education is our focus. So I always joke like I'd never take on an investor because I would be the first one fired because it's not efficient to spend half of your day kind of supporting your community, answering questions, offering services so that I can get one-on-one with people, even though people's skin conditions or skin concerns aren't awfully unique. But I want women to feel seen and heard because I know what it feels like, especially if you are, caregiving an elderly parent, you have a new baby, you have a health concern yourself. I've experienced all of these things and I know how debilitating and overwhelming and it feels, but the only thing that I found has worked for me and my company is education first, and then how can we support women and bring them in to feel like they're a part of something and to support them, because honestly that's always I'm not worried about that time that I put in because I know our business will always be okay because of the community that we've built. So I think focusing on education and supporting women to create these really beautiful rituals every day because, again, we have so much going on.
Yes.
10 minutes to yourself at night doing your skincare routine is transformative. It's nurturing your skin. It's, you're deregulating from the day.
Right.
You're calming down. It's kind of like when you go for a drive and you just quiet out, or you're in the shower and you have your best thoughts. It's the same thing. If I have never missed a day of my routine in the morning or night because I know how it makes me feel, because it's whole body care. So, it's okay
I
to
like
miss.
that you I'm sorry to interrupt. I
no
do
worries.
love that you change kind of the narrative of skincare. It's not a chore. It's not an expectation. It could be that moment, that mindful moment at the end of the day, where it's funny because my I have a friend who she'll talk about folding laundry or getting her teeth cleaned. She shifts her mindset and said, I find it relaxing. She doesn't look at it as a chore. And skincare is the exact same thing. It's funny because as a kind of a teenager, when I was more concerned, I had more time on my hands, I did look forward to sitting down in my little vanity.
Yeah.
And then just, doing this. It felt good.
Yeah.
But I love how you see it that way and that you really handhold your ladies. I mean, let's just talk about the ladies at this point.
Yeah.
And you tell them how to do it. The application is also very intimidating.
It's huge. If you don't know, no one educated us on how to do not a hair. Well, nobody taught us how to shampoo our hair and do all these things the right way. Same with skincare. Like no one actually told us and taught us how to wash our face. Everyone's doing it wrong. How to apply a serum. People are doing it wrong in the wrong order. So you're not getting the benefit. You're not getting the results, which is maybe why you're frustrated and hopping from product to product. So honestly, I always try and find a different word because I don't really connect with self-care because I just feel like it sounds like have a bath and it'll solve your problems. But I just feel like we have to have, 5 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes at night where you support your skin health. You touch your skin, right? Like you don't need tools. Your hands are your best tool. Like make contact with your skin and you'll see the difference.
That's actually great advice because there's always this quest for me to find the right scrubber.
Yeah.
And then I look at it, I'm like, oh, this could have bacteria. Okay, let's get rid of that. And so much money wasted.
Yeah.
So I've yet to find the right thing. I just, think of your hands as a tool.
Well, they'll have the right pressure. You'll have the right everything. It's just.
But what about exfoliation and stuff? Like, wouldn't you need a little bit of the?
Well, you need the right product.
Okay.
But just massaging your face while you cleanse is helping to boost circulation. We know circulation is going to bring fresh oxygen. That's going to bring nutrients to the skin. You're going to get a glow from that. People aren't washing. They're kind of using a flat hand. Whereas like if you can use the tips of your fingers and actually massage the product, you're going to help circulation in your skin, which naturally declines as you get better with age. So again, there's little tweaks. Again, when people come into our community, we're just helping to try and, whether you invest in our products or not, trying to help you just kind of create a better routine and so that you can get actual results from what you use.
Yeah, and then you really do keep it simple, right down
Yeah.
to the tool, right
Yeah.
down your fingertips.
Yeah.
Like, that's amazing.
Well, affordable and accessible is our key. Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
And because that is one of the things, if we're talking about, how this benefits caregivers, a lot of caregivers and mothers, they're stay at home. We don't have the liquid
money to
cash
yeah.
to just, the resources to just buy all these products.
Yeah.
And who do we believe, but your hands are your hands.
Yeah.
Like, that's the best product.
I know. There you
Come
go.
now.
I
That's
know.
amazing.
Well, and that comes down to our formulations too, because honestly, there's an overwhelming, my day is kind of set up differently with, I spend an hour talking to our community. I spend an hour learning in my field. So I'm always getting sent ingredients from, our suppliers, and there's always like the new flashy, trendy thing. But honestly, at the end of the day, we need research. It's always changing. And it's so easy to want to jump on a trend, create a new product, flash.
Trends.
And so honestly, we focus on formulations that are multi-use, multi-benefit. So it's kind of that slower mindset that our
Yeah.
brand has to really, like, when someone lands on our site, they can really clearly identify what product's right for them, use it in different ways that can maybe, bring your serum up to your orbital bone under your eye. So if you, do you need that eye product, that additional thing? Are you not utilizing your serums to this area that you can gain beautiful benefit of, or apply a separate layer of? Are you applying it to your neck separately or your chest? Like, people are buying things that are called neck serums, but why?
Why?
There's not a lot of structure on our skin, like bone-wise, holding the skin here on our neck. And it is thin, just like our
Like
eyelid
eyes.
area.
Mhm.
But it doesn't mean you can't use that product. You just have to ask the questions.
The
So we
application
address these
process,
things.
yes.
Yeah, we address these because I want women to have less steps, more education, more support, and then they can be on their way and, again, still access our community so they feel confident and empowered and they feel good about their skin long term, right? So it's not always like, oh, well, I guess I have to, get this product. I'm seeing this change. It's like, no, I know what I'm doing, and I'm
There's
going to
no
just keep
question.
on with my routine.
Yeah, and being able to turn to members of community and have access to you to be able to say,
Ask
am I
questions.
doing this right? Why is this not working? Or encouraging us to stick with it, because it is a slow, more, quality filled process, as opposed to a promise of a quick fix, which there's way too much of that promise of a quick fix, which always scares me.
Yeah. And it's not, I never say age gracefully. Like, I don't identify with that. I really focus on aging confidently, powerfully. And again, it's just changing your audience. And I've totally changed my audience since my late 30s, because I found a lot of people are just wasting a lot of time watching other people live their best lives online.
Right.
And I feel like once you change your community, learn a little bit more, ask for help, all these things, you can really, transform your life for the better, I think.
And kind of giving up, stopping this whole them mentality and just kind of bring it back to us.
Yeah. What's right for you, honestly. If you want to
love
get
that.
all the treatments, you should feel empowered to do that. It's your right, your choice, no judgment. But there's too much comparison, judgment. Do this, don't do this. If you don't do it naturally, you're bad. It's crazy. It's too much pressure.
It's too much pressure.
I don't like it.
And I think that's where I also want to talk about this too, because we're going to talk about the generation that's coming. And our teens, our preteens, and you have 2 daughters.
Yes.
I have a daughter and I have a son as well. And I know, taking care of ourselves, no matter what, is important, no matter who you are.
Yeah.
But specifically my daughter, there's just a lot of pressure in her age group, especially to see what's out there, follow the trends, right? And I think what makes me nervous about it is that the influencers out there, no shade on them. I mean, they're doing their job. They're doing what they know as well. I think that's wonderful to have the confidence to go there and say, this is what I use. It works for me. And I share things that work for me as well. However, when you get kind of it's like thrown
Shoved
at
down your
you,
throat,
shoved
yeah.
down your throat, whether it's the impossible beauty standards
Mm-hmm.
or it's like the specific product that is impossibly expensive.
Yeah.
And then you have these kids going, I have to get it though. I have to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk a little bit about that because, I have my daughter here in the studio because we have a little homeschooler and she does follow my lead in a lot of ways. And my lead lately has been, don't take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just rush out the door. We have other things that are priority.
Yeah.
So it's been hard to kind of bring her back and say, okay, let's start talking about, your skin and and why it's important to take care of the why behind it as opposed to like, beauty and looks.
Yeah.
It's not so much that or even preventative. She's quite young. It's all about just that practice, right? That routine.
Yeah.
So let's talk about like
Yeah.
the youth, the women, the young
teens.
women,
Yeah.
the teens.
Okay. Yeah, no, I think, my daughters are 10 and 7, and I definitely feel like 10 is a great general rule of thumb to start your teen on a washing and moisturizing simple routine. And then, because again, their hormones, everything starts to change. The oil kicks up, which leads to breakouts. And when they don't have a proper routine and they're not cleansing, the hygiene piece isn't there, they're experiencing breakouts. It just starts affecting their self-confidence. It's gotten a lot better nowadays because there's definitely more options and it's normalized a bit. But what you can do is just, pair it with their dental routine. So if they're brushing their teeth at night, the second step is doing their skincare routine. So anytime you're brushing they're brushing their teeth, you would probably be explaining to them why it's important we floss, why we need to take 2 minutes to clean our teeth. Like we're always nagging them and telling them those things. But we have to go hand in hand at around 10 to be like, the second step is washing your face. It's really important because throughout the day, you're sweating, you're touching your face, and there's all these environmental stressors you might not see, you don't see.
Yeah.
They're sitting on your skin, and then you go to bed, you're drooling, you're sweating. It's all impacting your skin.
Right.
So to keep your skin clean, just like you keep your teeth clean, we wash your face. So, really getting them used to that, touching their face and washing it, standing up. It all takes some time for them to get used to. I'm still on my kids, but they get it. Like, making sure the temperature is not hot, it's warm, it's not cold, right? And massaging the product into their skin, like into their little nose and getting their eyes, right? So, and then actually rinsing from there. It's just, it has to be done after you brush your teeth, right? To make sure we don't have any toothpaste or anything on our face. But, and then just a little moisturizer, and then that's it. It's just simple, and they need to be shown how to wash their face properly. And then if they can do it in the morning, that's great. But if they're around 10, they just at nighttime that's the gold standard. Yeah.
And I'm making funny faces, honestly, because I am your 10-year-old.
Some days you do.
I'm a
Some days you don't.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna be really honest with you. Okay, sure, I do wash my face. I mean, there's no problem with that.
Yeah.
But I do this quick, like, okay, fast, go. We gotta go.
Yeah.
And again, I don't prioritize it. I think we should look at it the way we look at brushing our teeth. That's
You
a
have to
no-brainer. And
do-
so it's that shift in mindset. Again, it's all mindset, really, and to see it as not a chore, but to see it as just as part of life.
It's your whole body care again.
is
Like
whole body
it's
care.
Dental, like your teeth, you take care of those. You need to take care of your skin. We're not having the conversation. It goes straight to product. You know what I mean? Like they get to a certain age and it's just like, I want products. And they don't really know why they even need to, start with time them. See, most people are letting the water run. They're just doing it really fast and that's it. They need to do it for at least 30 seconds.
Okay, this is good.
I would do it twice if you can. If you have a teen that's wearing makeup or sunscreen, they need to do a double cleanse
wash?
with one product. Yeah.
Oh.
A cleanser, like our gentle gel. Yeah, we have a gentle gel cleanser, a clear skin cleanser. Get a gel cleanser and massage it for 30 seconds. Rinse, put some more into your hand and massage for 30 seconds. So the whole thing's a minute. But you've properly washed your face. You've broken down the sunscreen or the makeup or the sweat. Same thing if you have, boys and girls in sports. If they have a clean washcloth in their bag and they just get the sweat off, and then when they come home, they wash their face right away. Not like at bedtime. They wash their face right away because that sweat's going to get reabsorbed. It's going to lead to breakouts. mixing with
this
dirt.
is all good stuff.
That's where the pimples come. Same with, like back knee and stuff, right? Like just have a face cloth to wick off the sweat. When you come home, use a gentle cleanser. Like we have 2 options, and that will properly remove the dirt and sweat without taking the beautiful lipids that are essential to our skin.
And this is really good for me to know because there's certain practices, there's loops that I bring my kids on that we constantly teach them as we come home. Take off your shoes, put your bag away. That's really nice to kind of implement, like wash your hands, and like let's wash down your face, or like just the sweat from there. I mean, and that's something I would want to practice myself.
Yeah, and you said, and that's another big piece, washing their hands before they wash their face.
Oh,
right?
See, that's a big one. Yeah.
So that's a big one.
You're right.
Because then if you're putting a cleanser in your hands and then going like emulsifying it, then you're just washing your hands.
Yeah.
And then you're putting it on your face.
But my gosh.
They're all doing it. So.
And that's another thing too. We really should be changing our towels and face cloths, right?
Every day. Yeah. You should get a little stack. There's like, you can get them anywhere.
Right.
I get the girls like a little 7 stack. It's like $10 or whatever.
Oh,
and
brilliant.
then every day, you just get a new one every day.
And every wash, like twice a day? Like
no, you can just use the other
same
side.
one.
Yeah.
Now we're getting to the nitty gritty of the cleanup. And the reason why I do want this to be part of our conversation is because you're really just adding it into our lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a big deal.
It's not requiring a bunch of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's everything to do with our line and our community is like, what can you do? Obviously for free or accessibly to either use a product another way.
Right.
So you're eliminating another step, but it's all about the bookends, like that cleansing to sunscreen, and then you work your way in from there.
Right. And then especially the fact that we are missing some of those key steps, like maybe our kids aren't washing their hands, or maybe we aren't. Maybe we're just rushing. We're making dinner.
Using
we go
hot
wash our
water
face.
and
And
like
hot water.
Because you don't use hot. So again, mums, you have to learn yourself first so that you can answer, so it clicks for them. So it's not a nag. It's like, well, we don't use hot water because it actually pulls out all those lipids and it will dry out your skin. Long term, that's going to age your skin negatively, right?
Oh,
so
this is good to know.
because you might not see it at 10, obviously, but over time, it's going to have an impact, and it's not good. So just keep it warm. Doesn't need to be cold. Doesn't need to be hot.
Oh, see, and I'm such an extreme. I am as extra. My practice for everything I do is extra.
Yeah.
I'm a loud toothbrusher. I'm a messy, wet face washer.
Yeah.
It's always a big production. And I think it's nice to just keep it simple. And then
Keep it simple.
And I always go really extreme hot and really extreme cold. And
Yeah.
no, not good. Not a good idea.
like talking to look at, if you're fortunate enough to have family, if you have grandparents or aunts or whoever, like look at those people and how they, how do you view them? How do they, like, what have they done for themselves and their skin? It's not ever complicated, right? The people living healthy, vibrant lives aren't taking closets full of supplements and doing all these crazy things. Like, obviously genetics has a huge component in it, but at the end of the day, it's normally the most kind of simple, consistency.
So going back to the basics,
that's
keeping
always
it simple.
Yeah,
I love that because you're right. It's like we are in this day and age where things have to be complicated, and we're losing so much focus on what really matters. And it's just a lot of
and listening
noise.
to yourself. Like we're not like learning to listen to your own skin, like get the information, learn more,
right,
and then make a better informed choices, like everything we do.
So it really does boil down to the knowledge. Really boils down to the simplification of everything you do. That's important. That's good for you. And I think the modeling portion is even more key for my daughter.
Big time.
And then owning that knowledge. And I'm learning a lot today.
Well, it's just like you said about caregivers, right? Like, we're trying to do everything for everyone. Again, that piece too. So we don't want our daughters to be burnt out when they're, our age. It's like, how do I show them that I'm taking care of myself? So if they need me desperately at 9:00 and it's bedtime, I'm telling them, this skincare ritual means a lot to me. I need 10 minutes of like, I'm locking the door.
I love that.
I need this to myself just to reset. Like, we don't have to go to the spa. We don't have to have all these things that we see online.
Right.
Just start there.
Start
with one
there.
thing.
Keep it simple. Model it.
Yeah.
And I love the boundaries.
Yeah. I'm a
So
big
you're like, this
boundary
is my
person.
skin time.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
my me time. I love that
Yeah.
because when you're talking about me time, a lot of moms talk about, go to the grocery store and running errands. But this truly is a relaxing routine. And it feels really good. I love the idea of making space for that. But I'm going to be honest with you. You're like, oh, you're talking about standing and like a running water.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit of I like to, so my wonderful ADHD brain does not find it very appealing to stand in front of a sink, right? And of course,
Yeah.
I'm always on the go. So sometimes I just kind of like do things on the go, kind of running around. Sometimes I'm even kind of massaging my face, let's say when I'm watching a show. I mean,
Yes.
are these things that you just kind of discourage, like keep it focused? Stay
I think
kind of like eating, don't walk and eat at the same time.
I think
kind of
we're
thing.
always multitasking, and this is like your one opportunity to be like, you know what, this is my dedicated time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I know. It's like we're always habit stacking, right? I'm
I know.
podcasting and walking and like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely, there's no balance in my life. I'm always juggling something, and that's
Sure.
okay. Like, it's just what it is. But certain things, because I've experienced like total burnout breakdown moments that have been like, okay, that's really going to impact my health 5 to 10 years from now.
Right.
So like, I'm just pretty strict on like trying to work towards, taking care of myself.
You really are just focused. This is what we're going to make sure is
Yeah.
implemented. This is a priority to me.
Yeah.
And your
Which
daughters
isn't
see
always
that.
perfect, right? Like, it's not
Yeah.
always perfect. It's
Giving
just,
yourself grace, yeah.
yeah, I just want to do better for myself.
Well,
so.
and just talking about that, I mean, obviously, skincare is wonderful and it's a key step.
Mhm.
But what are some of the other things that you recommend to implement that goes hand in hand with skincare that would benefit your skin and your overall kind of whole body?
Yeah, I think it's just, like walking, obviously, it's huge. Your community, talking to
leaning
a
on-
friend.
yeah.
Just, I think anything that where you find like you feel like you've been heard or have, like breathing techniques. I mean, there's so many things that I know when you hear it, like, it's like, well,
know these
meditate or
things.
start
Yeah.
these things. It's like, okay, well, there's always something that's less foreign to someone else, right?
Right.
So if it's calling a friend and going for a walk or something, I think walking is just my biggest, life upgrade. Is
It
just
really
like focusing
is.
on walking, and can just totally bring you down from so much stress. So, but boundaries is a big one that
Yeah,
I think is
boundaries.
my best piece of advice that I kind of like learned in my little too late, like in my late 30s.
Oh, I'm learning it
Creating
now.
great
Yeah.
boundaries
Mhm.
between, parents and, expectations and all
Right.
those things.
Even boundaries to yourself.
Oh, I think boundaries to myself
Yeah.
and to those around me is just like what I will and will not accept. So
It's so funny.
Yeah.
Like, this is
That's
just
a
so
free-
simple. It's
yeah.
just so simple.
no, but as women, we're just natural people pleasers.
Yes.
As a little child, I remember, like, it all starts there. So
Yeah.
I just, I really hope to
mindful of
pass
that.
that to my daughters, to be like, okay, it starts so early, how they, and I think that's literally the only thing they need to learn in school is how to have a voice, how to
100%.
create boundaries, how to be a
Yes.
good human.
Yes.
That's it.
My
So,
homeschool curriculum has really been narrowed down
Great.
to, like, I'm not like, I mean, of course, we want to know basic math. We want to know, spelling and writing and expressing yourself, but really just boundaries and I too hate the word self-care. It just
Yeah,
doesn't fit.
just
I just
doesn't
feel
hit.
like it's a very blanket statement. It could mean so many things. So I like the idea of caring for yourself. Like,
Yeah.
just, really hugging yourself, loving
Yeah.
yourself. What are the things that you do when you love yourself?
Yeah.
You wash your face, you go for a walk.
Yeah.
These are just some simple strategies.
it's all unique to you. Like,
Exactly.
Just lean into what feels your best.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing for me is like sleep as
Yeah.
well. And I know this.
Yeah.
And I know this, and yet it is really hard. But again, it's that shift of mindset. Like,
Mhm.
if you know it's good for you, then it's okay.
Yeah.
It's not selfish
No.
to prioritize it. And
I know. Sleep is my forever kryptonite. I'm always
Yeah.
like trying to push myself. Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah.
I need to invest in sleeping more because it's essential for
And
repair.
yet your
and for
skin
your
is glowing.
I know. I didn't sleep well last night. That's the facial oil.
But it's nice, though,
Yeah.
because, I mean, you've got strength in one to hold
Yeah.
the other when you lack the sleep or when you
True.
forget to do your little regimen. It's
Yeah.
nice you walked that day or you slept. So it's just giving grace.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah.
I love that. It's quite simple. But I want to talk about, this is the one thing that I just adored about Jaime. When we never had the privilege to meet in person. So there was a campaign called Let Me Age, hashtag Let Me Age. And I was so drawn into it because I could really, this is where I felt so seen. I was like, oh, what's this? Give me some of that. And she just had these beautiful, like, faces, just diverse faces, ages, you know, backgrounds and skin types and sizes and shapes. And it was amazing. And forgive me if I'm wrong, but I got from it, I know you say aging gracefully is not your thing, but aging uniquely, embracing age uniquely. And that's really interesting to me. And so I want to kind of dig deep into that because I do have to tell you my conundrum, especially seeing something, okay, you have products that obviously help your skin, help rejuvenate, help, you know, keep it supple, maybe even, I wouldn't want to say reverse the signs of aging, but it might even slow it down or whatever the case is. I'm not technical, but so you have that. And then the other side of things, like your campaign, is about embracing age uniquely. So that is my ongoing conundrum in my soul is
Right.
I should just embrace that I'm getting old.
Yeah.
I don't want to take care of my skin. I'm going to keep it simple. And when I say simple, I don't mean Jamie simple. I mean simple as in I'll just wash it and walk away, you know, if that. Sometimes I'll take a wipe and I'm like, I'm going to bed at 3 a.m. I don't have time to wash my face. So, and, you know, admittedly, that must happen for more women than we are made aware of.
Yeah.
But no one will really admit it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of sad about that, too, because I'm one of those people where sometimes we're just spent. But anyways, I justify it by saying, well, it is what it is. This is just who I am. I'm just going to accept it versus, but I should also take care of my skin. So what's your take on that? Like having a campaign that's very empowering to women, like embrace it. This is happening.
Yeah. So the campaign, I'm so proud of that campaign. And it took me so long to make sure I was getting all of my own words right, obviously. And everyone actually in that was either family or in our skincare community locally. So it was so nice.
Oh, wonderful.
And so really the message I wanted people, I was just sick. I was so sick of all the ads. Like we weren't investing in Facebook ads or anything like that. And I felt like every day, because of the algorithm, every day it was just like another serum that's just like, you know, these kind of images where they look like it's like we were striving for AI. Like these images
absolutely.
of
Filter.
and I just didn't get it. I was just
Yeah.
like, oh my gosh, like thank gosh. It doesn't affect me, but I can only imagine, you know, how it was targeting a specific woman who was over, you know, say 40, 50, 60. It was, you know, really predatory and like targeting women in a vulnerable state as like this was the option, right? This is going to solve all your problems. And I was just sick of it. So I wanted this campaign to just kind of poke holes a bit in the beauty industry
like
in the way of like, okay, we're trying to do things a different way. I don't want to say like age gracefully, embrace aging without doing anything. Again, it's more around leading with education as a company, leading with, you know, there is no judgment to whatever you choose to do, but we really hope we're trying to give you the information to make a more informed choice.
Right.
You know, whether it's treatment or product. It's just women need to, we create products that, just like you said, focus on, you know, cellular repair, things that do slow down and change with age.
Right.
So our words really matter. And also I want our products to be really efficacious. So
Of course.
it's okay to have a top skin concern of, you know, I don't have acne, but I just want my skin to like, I've noticed a change in like, it's, you know, not as firm, or I've noticed a lot more fine lines. Like, what can I use that will support my skin. And I know that it's addressing, at a cellular level, it's working on collagen synthesis. So
Right.
it looks a little bit more firm, or, it's, a sunscreen that I know is blocking blue light because I sit in front of a computer. So it's really ultimately helping with collagen and pigmentation,
Right.
all those things. So it's like the balance of, it's not like we're saying embrace beauty, embrace aging and do nothing.
Right.
We have options and solutions to have your health, because most women think that you have to go extreme. This is how we grew up, right? The scrubbiest of
Yes.
scrubs
Yeah.
are the only way
go hard or
that
go
we
home,
can get,
right? Yeah.
some smooth skin texture. And
Right.
your skin will not accept that
No.
in its 40s, versus what you were scrubbing your face with when you're 20. And you're not setting yourself up right. Damage shows up. It's coming. And that burn that you got, like, it's going to show up in terms of pigmentation.
Right.
All that to say is it's not about not doing anything, but it's about, learning more about your skin, finding the simple routine. And that in it itself is going to create a change in your skin health. You're going to feel more confident.
Right.
Everyone knows how it feels to like declutter a cabinet
It does
and just
feel
like,
good. Yes.
that's exactly the feeling I want when people know how to use their skincare routine, and then they start seeing the results of it too. So,
And that's confidence boosting. That's not pressure.
no.
That's
And
that
and
is embracing your age, because you're saying, this is what I'm up against,
yeah.
and I'm just going to do what suits me. So
Yeah.
again, it's really personal.
Yeah, and honestly, the campaigns work about like the fear marketing of like,
Yeah.
do this to get rid of this, to do this to get, and I think we have a really great emerging voice in kind of that pro-aging mindset of like, we're just trying to support women during a really transitional time or best time in their life. Again,
Right.
goes back to what you said, like, I'm going to say that I'm loving this stage of my life, and I want to support brands that also want to help celebrate women, because we have a choice, right? To ask the questions from the brands, to choose who you want to spend your money on. And
And rarely are they accessible. Like, I can't really just go into a store, pick up a product and go, I have questions. Let me call them on their personal line. I mean, I've got access to Jamie. I could just text her. I love that. It's so, the idea of accessibility and knowledge, you really are living up to your promise. The one promise is that community is important and knowledge is important. And so you're providing that accessibility so we can be equipped.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
You can't be that. That's incredible. I feel very empowered. I do feel like this is that sign for me, and I think this is a sign for all of our caregivers and mamas and dads and people who don't really, take that time. We are so focused on taking care of the others, right?
Yeah.
And I think part of taking care, let's say, of our kids is to not constantly be like hunchback and like sad and all. For me, I do feel as dull as my skin typically. Like, I mean, I got my face on because I'm going to see Jamie today. So I'm like, I gotta get my skin on. I got to get my face on. But the truth is, my everyday is quite just dull. Pick up, I don't prioritize it again. And sometimes it's just like, just a simple act every day.
Yeah.
Those tiny baby steps add up.
Well, yeah, and
Doesn't have to be big.
our skin is the indicator of health, right? Too, of like if there's an imbalance and you're stressed, you're burnt out, you're just eating on the go because you're taking your kids here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't blame, your newest serum that it's not working, right? Like everything's going to show up on your skin, right? It's just like my psoriasis. It's never going to go away. But in times where I'm not sleeping, I'm stressed,
It flares
my
up.
texture is not going to be good. My pigmentation is going to be off. My psoriasis is going to be totally inflamed, right? We have to understand, we can only do so much in terms of topical skincare.
Right.
We need it to all work together. But our skin is the first indicator of like, wow, something's really off here.
I forget that your skin is very much the indicator. Like we think of it as surface level. Like this is way beyond skin deep. This is way beyond that.
Yeah.
Because it does indicate your if you're doing good, if you're not doing great, maybe my dull skin might be telling me something.
Too, right? We see it in kids all the time. Tons of eczema.
Color change. Yeah.
Dull.
Oh, that is so true.
Yeah.
We forget to think of skin as as kind of related to health. You're
It's our
absolutely
largest
right.
organ, right? Like
It is.
it's our largest organ. Let's treat it well
Yeah.
and use those indicators to make these little changes to be like, okay, what do I need to reset here? Like it always goes back to the basics. No one is ever going to tell you. I've interviewed so many dermatologists, been through so many dermatologists through my life, through my
Yeah.
skin. Nobody tells you to, have a 7, 12, 15 step routine.
You
It's
don't
going to be
need
like
it.
remove all allergens. Like none of our skincare has fragrance or no allergens or essential oils, right?
Yeah.
So that was really important to me because it was always the first thing my derm would be like, you can't have that on your skin. It's not going to help. So removing all those dyes and,
Yeah.
synthetics and
Oh, there's so much of that out there too.
yeah, and then just keeping it simple. And then now that your skin is reinforced and like resilient and your moisture barrier, everything's happy. Okay, now you can add that exfoliant or now you can add that one serum that's
Yeah.
addressing your top skin concern. And then do that
I love that.
for like
Yes.
6 to 12 months.
Yes.
Right? Like we can't pivot from product to product every time.
That's
Finish
right.
it, use it,
Give it a chance.
give it a chance. So
Give it a chance.
Yeah.
I love this. I'm just I'm so excited to go home, wash my face. The first thing I want to do is wash this makeup off. I really do want to get to the basics. I want to fix things up. There's a lot of stuff that I've kind of ignored. You're right. You go from product to product.
Yeah.
You do,
Because it's fun. I
trend
get
to
it.
trend to
I
trend.
get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to try the lacing, but I'm telling you, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
And there's nothing worse than being disappointed in an $80 product you've bought.
Oh, gosh.
Not to say there's lots of great product
For
out there,
sure.
for sure. But there's nothing more frustrating buying something
Oh,
when you're
gosh.
vulnerable
Oh,
because you want a solution.
story of my life.
I get it. You're like, I have under
I
eye
want it
bags. I'm going to
fast.
buy this product. It's like, okay. It's frustrating.
I love that you really are your target. You are your demographic.
Yeah.
You live it. You own it. You're like, I've been there. I
get
get it.
Mhm.
And I think that's why when I first saw you online, I was like, for once, I'm seeing someone who sees me because I kind of feel like they are me. Like I can actually relate to you.
Mhm.
Yes, you have glowy, beautiful, dewy skin, and I just want to touch it over the screen.
Mhm.
But the fact is,
Mhm.
you experienced
Yeah.
the raw moments, the tough moments, the dull moments,
Yeah.
the skin conditions, and I love that you care so much about the people that you're serving.
Yeah.
That you're like, look, I'm going to share you my vulnerable stuff, my
Yeah.
vulnerable, moments, skin moments.
Mhm.
It wasn't perfect,
Mhm.
and now I've done all the work for you. Let's kind of strip it down to the basics. I
Yeah.
like that idea too.
Yeah,
Not adding.
No, and like we're all aging every single day.
We are.
I don't use filters. I try and just really kind of carry on the journey with everybody because, yeah, we're all different. Like genetically, we're gonna, someone might have, no conditions or, skin issues per se, but like
Mhm.
I just try and just be as open and authentic as I can because, I'm not going to feel great about how things are changing with my hair, my body, my skin as I get better with age. But it's really, I make intentional choices on who I surround myself with,
Exactly.
the information that I receive so that I keep like inspired to like live my best that I can
yeah.
as I age, right? The way
Right.
I want to and the way I was kind of always shown. And again, it always comes back to like with my mom having leukemia, that was such a big part of my understanding about health was her oncologist was always like, you're not supposed to still be here. He was like, it was because of how you lived your life. She wasn't,
Yes.
she just was healthy. She wasn't like strict on everything. She was just always walking, always just kind of like a balanced, life and outlook. And yeah, I think we all, need a more preventative outlook and not in this crazy, overwhelming way, right?
No,
Because there's so many
absolutely.
products, there's so many things, but just, again, I say it all the time, but it's just like simplicity is the best.
It is, and
Yeah.
I love that you still come back to mom.
Yeah.
Your experience of mom and what she experienced there, right at the end, you saw that how she lived her life affected,
Mhm.
affected the probably the hardest time in her life
Yeah.
in a positive way, and that inspired you. And I think there's beauty in that.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of positive that came from that really dark time. Yeah, just in terms of I don't know. I don't know how I would have looked at things without that horrible experience of cancer. Like, it was terrible. So,
It's terrible. I feel
Yeah.
it. And as a caregiver, and I really appreciate the love you have for your mom, and how you allow her to continue to teach you.
mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we can take our role as moms ourselves
Yeah.
and, break that cycle, continue to teach our daughters. That's really inspiring for me, is knowing how much it's deeply affects you. The same thing goes for me. A lot of the things that I've learned, where the shift happened is when I got so influenced by the
Yeah.
outside noise.
Yes.
But when I really break down the things that are effective in my life,
Mm-hmm.
it's mom, it's dad, it's like my roots,
Yeah.
right?
Well, there's also a lot of things that I take from, not to put this just on my mom, but things that I do not want to do. And a lot of, because
that too.
I don't know if you notice this, but there's always like things that I say now having kids. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not
gonna do
going to turn into my mother. It's so hard. I know my kids are going to say this stuff too, which is, we can't be perfect.
We can't be perfect.
But there's definitely things, a lot of things though, she did that, and still is doing that I wouldn't like, is not healthy. Right. So like, and again, it's always that mindset and positive thinking. It's like those things I really want to pass on to my kids because, we got to take those crumbs and try and turn it around for the next generation.
Absolutely. Those crumbs, and then
it's a lot of work.
Empower yourselves with the knowledge. I think I like to usually recap, but I feel like we've been kind of going around the same theme.
Mm-hmm.
It's about knowledge, equipping yourself, breaking the cycles.
Yeah.
And personal to me is like how we can take that and teach our kids, our daughters especially, to just not go with the flow, not to always go with the trends and stand the ground, stand on
Say
your...
what you feel is right. Yeah. Speak up, even on the littlest things. Yeah.
100%.
My daughters say.
I absolutely love it. So do you have any other, you've given us so many crumbs, so many things to think about. Do you have any last thoughts, or do you feel like we've covered it all?
I don't know. If I'm just talking about skincare, which I could talk about all day.
Yeah.
I think something that anyone can kind of do right away if they're looking for kind of like, oh, I see my skin is dull and dry, because I hear that a lot. The first thing that someone can do really accessibly is exfoliate. So getting a product that will gently exfoliate the skin, and do that 1 to 2 nights a week. So you just wash your face. You get an exfoliant that is not an apricot scrub that we all used when we were 20.
That's not.
So
an
don't
apricot.
don't, if it feels like salt or sugar or scrubby.
Oh, but it feels so good.
Yeah, you can't do that because it actually opens up your skin for more allergens, UV, everything to come in. So you have to use something more that's like a rice powder, avocado powder.
Oh, so it's texture. Yeah.
So
powder.
It has like texture or a clay or something. And wash your face and then do that. Exfoliate. Don't forget your lips. Go over your lips. Exfoliate your neck, your chest, and then just moisturize. No serums on that night. And do that twice a week. And keep doing that, because it'll have the biggest impact. Your products will work better. You'll see a glow. You'll see a smoothing of your texture.
Give me the glow.
Yeah, so it makes a huge difference. So I would just start with that.
So I always think like open. Pain is gain.
If it feels like gritty, you're over exfoliating your skin.
Stay away from the grit. Stay away from the grit. Okay, this is good. That's a very good last thought, because I did the exact opposite. I like the idea of exfoliating twice a week, because it's really not, it doesn't have to be harsh.
No, it's like literally a minute.
Huh.
You just need to do it for like a minute after you've cleansed, and do it on damp skin, and you're good.
And masks.
Yeah.
Do you do masks? Do you talk about masks at all?
I don't do masks. I really focus on exfoliation and just leave it there.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see it all over, so on our social platforms, like people with different masks, and you spend so much money. You're like, okay, well, should I try this one? I remember spending hours just looking at masks.
Yeah, you could use what you have though. You could always do like You could do like a thick layer of your moisturizer and then put an oil on top or something. Like
create your own mask.
you can just kind of, don't like grab things from the fridge. Oh my
You
gosh.
get some oats,
I can't
you get
look
some
at
powders.
that. No, don't do that. But like, see what you have.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. See, it really goes. I love this is a DIY project too. On top of everything, I absolutely love that. So where can our friends find you? Because you're just a fountain of knowledge. Where
Yeah.
can we find you?
Okay, so on Instagram, it's just glowjar_,
Okay.
and then TikTok, everywhere else is GLOWJAR Beauty. Our
Okay.
website is glowjar.ca. We're Canadian. All of our products are made here in our labs in Canada.
Shout out
So,
to Canada.
Yeah.
I love that, locally made.
Yeah.
So it's just been such, it's been a very good moment for me to be able to sit here with you, Jamie.
Mhm.
I think I needed this. I think I
Ah.
needed this. Was kind of right timing for me. So
Good.
I'm really grateful, and to you wonderful, wonderful caregivers and mamas and parents. And if I have, teens watching this, hopefully my teens watching this, we often feel disconnected from ourselves. We neglect our own needs a lot of the time because we're so busy othering. And I just, with the stress taking a toll on our skin, we're all stressed. We're all spent. Taking that moment to like just enjoy the process.
Yeah.
Go figure. Like,
Enjoy
who
your
thinks of
skin.
that?
Yeah, just enjoy your skin.
Enjoy it. Like, let's just have fun with it. And let's get out of that survival mode. We do not have to run on survival mode. Obviously, we do sometimes and we can't help it. But if we can avoid that and like just find the peace in this process, that's changing the narrative. I'm loving that. So with that said, let's continue to show up for the ones we love by showing up for ourselves. Now go get that sass. Thank you for joining us here on Sass and Small Talk. Bye. Oh my gosh, that was amazing.
Yay!
Yay!
I need my sass back.
Signing off. See ya, guys. Bye. Signing off. See ya. Bye.